Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. Now this is a Grille, the Tier 5 German SPG with the 15cm howitzer based on the Hetzer chassis, which is the same chassis as the Panzer 38T and the same chassis as used by the Czech tanks as well, the light tank 38. But this particular Grille belongs to me. Yes, it's another of my accounts, the Fort Q account. Yep, it does sound that bad, doesn't it? And we're located on the south spawn of Swamp. Now you can see on this count I've already got one mark on the Grille. I actually do have higher marks on some of my other accounts, but I'm still working up this account. So the Grille and the Hummel are the highest I've got in that particular German line. Well, I'm headed off to a little position behind this rock, or just next to this rock, because I like this firing position, but it's not the only one I use. Okay, I'm setting myself up, I'm ready to go, I'm not in the way of anyone, and lo and behold we see a T67 and he's sitting in the TD spot on that little gap, waiting for people to come into view so he can snipe at them. Well, that's a very, very bad decision to make, because I'm going to target that spot, and he's a dead T67. So, just goes to show, shouldn't go to the obvious places, because you might find that the shell arrives very shortly afterwards. Now, that target that I was looking at there, that VK was out of range, but this T64 is coming into range, and he's moving rather rapidly. Too rapidly for me to hit, though. But that AMX ELC, he's received a lot of fire and he's backing away into the trees. So I'm lining up a shot on him. Oh, I think he moved sideways at the last second. But I do believe I actually did stun him. And that Type is getting absolutely hammered. Very silly thing for him to do. He shouldn't have done that. Not when the battle was already so late. And look, we've got a T67 and he's sniping, and there's a T37 dialing in, rounds out, and he gets hit, and my round goes in and finishes him off. 22 hit points, but very welcome, it's another kill. Sometimes tanks, they sit there when they've been seen, when they're being hit, they just don't react, and then obviously when an Arty round comes in and splashes them, they're finished off. Now I can't see that T67, but I fired a round in at what I thought was a tree going down, just in case there was somebody behind it. And now I'm paying attention to the heavies near the castle. Got a Churchill 3 in that gap. I'm not fully dialed in, but I'm not loaded yet, so I'm gonna go for the Churchill 3, see if I can get a shot into him. Round out, and he's killed immediately. So I don't know, I think the shell would have overshot though. But we can see a T150 at the back, and he's sitting on that rise thinking he's impregnable because everybody's shooting at the KV-1S. And there's a Churchill. The Churchill 1, the one with the gun in the centre, the hull-mounted gun. Line up a shot, rounds out. And it lands just over the top of him. So he does know Arty is paying attention to him. But I think he ignores me. Just goes down into the dip, and I've marked my target again. Telling everyone that's what I'm going for. Counting down the seconds to fire. Ready to go. Rounds out. And that's a kill shot. Blind kill as well, actually, because he was, although he was seen beforehand, he went unspotted just as my round was fired. Right, go for the T150. Marking the target. He moves just a little bit. I'm ready to go, and rounds out. Direct hit, 172, and a nice little stun. A little stun, because you only get about 5 seconds of stun on a Grille. But waiting for the reload to go through. And still marking the target. And other people are requesting fire on that T150, and I'm telling them I'm firing at it. And I've got a lovely hit there, and I picked up some stun assists straight away. The T150 doesn't like it, he's backing off. And our team are now at the back, at the enemy cap area. And it appears that their enemy Arty is running for it. He's running and an MT-25's after him. Lined up on the T-150. Round out. I was anticipating he moved. And he did. I splashed him for 15 hit points. He's still stunned. And I'm picking up stun assist. Lining him up for another shot. He fires. I think I've slowed down his fire rate a little because he's just sitting there for a lot of the time. Rounds out. And that's a kill shot. Went right onto his engine deck. Blew him away. 56 hit points and he's out the game. So that's my 4th kill. Okay, I can see that Matilda 4 and he's in the gap. He's trying to defend that little corral. And there's a T-67 there. I think that may be the T-67 I fired at earlier. The one who came away from the right. I fire a snapshot in. It went near the T-67, but I can't see that T-67 anymore. So I'm indicating the Matilda. And hoping that he'll sit there long enough for me to put a shell into him. He goes out a bit. That means I can't shoot him there. But I think he backs away. That's it. Come back. That's it. Round into his back. 184 hit points. And he's taken out immediately afterwards. So I've got some more stun assists. Now the last enemy is a T-67. And I don't like what my teammates are indicating. That he might come this way. So I decide I'm going to move. And we've got a little juvenile in the group. And he's now drawing pictures of men's anatomy on the map. You always won. There's always one. Now that T-67 is in range. And he sets himself up near that rock to do a last stand. So I mark my target and dial in on that corner. Presuming that he's going to stay there. Round out. And the round lands exactly on the corner. So if he had been there, he would have been badly damaged. And he doesn't appear to be missing much in the way of hit points. So I don't think I did get him. But he is receiving a lot of fire now. I'm still marking my target, but he's out of range. And somebody kills him. Yes, the Type 64 got him, and that ends the battle. So let's have a look and see how we did. Okay, now the battle's over, and I managed to get a first-class tanker with that battle. But still not an ace on that particular account yet. But I did get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills, and that's exactly what I got. And I managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, I got 10 in that battle. So quite good overall. Win 8 of 3347 on that battle. So yes, this account is actually coming along quite nicely. If we look at the team scores, we can see that when it came to damage, I was second with 1,176 hit points. The KV-85 came higher than me with 1,364. And I think that was because he was engaging the heavies up near the castle. But when it came to kills, I was top of the table with 4. And when it came to base XP, I was again top of the table and shared the honours with the KV-85, who also got 793 experience points in total. When it came to the detailed report, I fired 14 rounds. I got 7 direct hits, 7 penetrations, and 3 splash damage. Did damage of 1,176 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. I hit 5 of the enemy, but only killed 4 of them. And I also did stun assistance damage of 416 hit points off 6 stuns. On a premium account, this one earned 31,883 credits. And after ammunition resupply, and the ammunition is very cheap on the Grille, less than 500 credits a round, I actually walked away with 24,813 credits in total. And I received 1,189 XP. And there was no multipliers because this wasn't the first battle of the day on this account. So it just goes to show that even when you're working up on an account, you can still get good results because you just transfer the skills that you learnt on other accounts to that one, even though the crew are not fully skilled yet. But the one thing that I really did get from it is that blind T-67. And I would always recommend this to all of the players who watch What Arty Noobs. Never go to the same hackneyed places, the same cliche places that we always find TDs and Arty or any particular tank. Don't go to the same bushes, because after a while people learn the meta for these games and they know where these people are going to be. And so if you go to the same bushes, you will get hit. And so it's always advisable to go somewhere else and not to try the same as every other battle. Otherwise you will get punished, and that's what Arty does. We punish people who make the mistakes, And so I hope you all enjoy punishing all those people who keep making the mistakes, especially all those people who keep TKing Arty. Do punish them if you find them on the enemy side. So I hope you enjoyed this battle. If you did, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay I'll be featuring in our next video.